Okay, I'm gonna try and start this. So I'm gonna be listening to Vacancy, royalty-free, moody retro synth playlist, copyright safe, by White Bat Audio. So thank you, Carl Casey. I don't know how loud that should be. I'm gonna bring that down a bit just to have a background because the camera's closer to the speakers than I am. Now I am trying to make myself into something not quite me today for reasons that people that know already know, and everyone else over time will come to know if they need to know. So I was going to go live. Too many things can go wrong if I do it live, but I don't think I'm going to edit this. It's just going to go up as it is, as far as I know. So I've got my moisturizer, which I use this cheap hand moisturizer that, I got from a gift, and it feels really luxurious, but it's actually a very inexpensive product to buy in bulk. But anyway, that's that. Then I used my pore filler, and then I used my Rimmel Fix and Perfect primer. So that's where I am at. Now, I apologize. I'm going to probably have to lean off the camera. I don't want to be doing everything on camera. Especially if I'm not editing. So it is time now to do my BB cream. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got another one, but there's enough in here, I'm sure, for what I am doing. So I'm just going to take mon éponge. This is probably not the best music to have in the background, but it kind of supports how I feel underneath. But I'm trying really hard to put on a happier face than I feel. So I think that's going to require makeup. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to try and get some more. So after I've done this squeezing technique to get as much as I can out of there, I will cut this end off up here and then pop that open and be able to go in with a brush and pull it out, and you get like another one or two applications out of it that way. It's amazing what you end up throwing away if you just couldn't be bothered putting a little teeny weeny bit of extra effort in. And I am relatively lazy by nature. I never want to do more work than absolutely necessary to get the result I want. That's a very important detail. I still want things to be good. I'm not a perfectionist, but I want things to be as good as I can make them. But I don't want to double work. I will put more thought into planning than I will into the actual process most of the time. And then other times I am just playing around. Today, I am trying to combine the two. I want to do something a little bit playing around, but I also don't want to get into a situation that I'm going to really, be unhappy. I'm trying really hard to have this be something that makes me happy. So I need to get some sparkle and some glitter going. I have one of Scooby's bow ties that I was glittering up for him. It was supposed to be glittered up for him. That I'm going to wear tonight in honor of him and feel like he's sort of coming with me to a place that he's never come with me. The harder things are for me going to places he always accompanied me, which was pretty much everywhere. The grocery store, the doctors, the dentist, everywhere. Coffee shops, like everywhere I went, McDonald's. I don't have many places that don't have a corresponding memory. But that's not what I want to be thinking about. So I am going to have to decide some things. Perhaps do I want to start with eyebrows? Yeah, that's always easier for me to do, start with eyebrows. So I'm going to use my NYX Lift and Snatch, and this is just brunette. I think I want a stronger beginning of the brow there, like that. It's a little harder to do than usual. My hands want to be shaking more than ever. I'm doing a strong brow, aren't they? Strong brow. Even like that's very... I think that'll be good. And that way I'm not really doing a strong arch thing. Like the other day I made like those super quizzical eyebrows. Not really what I was going for, but that's just how they turned out. This side's nicer. I wish I could have just matched that, but somewhere along the line, I didn't. That's closer. And then I'll just kind of fart and fool around with them and end up regretting it. That's the way it always goes. So, got them on there now. I'm going to take a little pause. Okay, so I've decided, I haven't used this in a while, I'm going to use the SheGlam contour stick. Here we go. And I don't know whether to paint that on my face or use a brush, but I think I'm just going to paint that on my face. Usually I use a sponge, but I'm going to try and use a brush just to not take too much away. Probably not the right brush for it. But this is what I mean by, still got to play a little. have a bit of a shadow there. So I can always add to it. I just kind of want to get a sense of a shape on my face, right? And see who I'm going to bring out to go to the show tonight. I think I'm going to put a bit more of that. I can just build up some shadow that way. So that's going back in here. Do I want to use any of these? Maybe. Do I want to? Here's the deep one. But I think I want to do that with a brush. I'm going to take and use this brush. That way I can sort of control, because it's very deep there. I guess definitely more control with this size brush. But that's the thing, I am not a makeup artist. I am just, like a makeup artist would be like those beautiful sets of brushes. And I am more like that sponge tip applicator. That's it. I am a makeup applicator, not a makeup artist. Now I'm going to take this sponge and try to blend that before it gets too dry. And then I can take a medium color and sort of bring that together if I really need to. But at least this with the foundation on it sort of ties it all together. I say foundation, but it's just BB cream. Whereas this other stuff is like a grease makeup. Now, these two things may not actually work together. That's the thing. You have to be careful. Using water-based products with oil-based products, and one will lift the other off. But since I'm not doing a lot, I just figure if I do my eyes and I don't do anything else, it would look way out of place. So this way, everything will be a little bit more homogeneous. Homogeneous. So now, maybe I'll wait and do the highlight part after I've done my eyes. I think I'm gonna do a little extra primer on my eyes. So I'm gonna use again the Fix and Perfect or Fix and Perfect primer. Don't want a lot. And that's a lot. Let that get down to being a little bit tacky. I'm going to pause again. Now, I've decided, I think, that I'm going to use my Flame Rose palette because it is the most, I don't know, de las Muertes, or I don't speak Spanish or Mexican or Latin, or I don't even know the right words to call the language, which is really unfortunate for me. My brain is just not functioning the way it should, and hasn't since Tuesday. Now, I think I'm going to take a brush, and I want like a burgundy. So I'm going to take this burgundy here and just kind of put that in here. Because these are really pigmented. If I can use them properly. Oh, I wanted to put tape down. I'm going to still do that. Going to put the tape down. Where did I put that tape? Oh my goodness, I better pause again while I do this.